皆さんおはようございます。こんにちは、こんばんは。Welcome to the Easy Japanese News Article of the Day for August 20th, 2026. 2026年8月20日の今日の記事でございます。For our headline today, we have 熊本県泥棒が家などに入らないように警察が見て回る。Here is our vocab from the headline. We have 熊本県 Kumamoto Prefecture, 泥棒 thief or a burglar, 家 house, 入る to enter, 警察 police, and 見て回る. So this is actually two verbs. You can see it's 見る to see and 回る to go around. But if we combine them together with the te form here, 見て回る, it kind of means to go around while looking or like patrol something. So this is what the police would do. 見て回る to patrol or to go around checking. Okay, so jumping back into our headline, we have 熊本県 Kumamoto Prefecture, 泥棒が so 泥棒 thieves or burglars, が tells us that these thieves are our subjects, which means they're going to do or be something. Here they're going to do something. And then we have 家など. So 家 is a house. When we have など after a noun, it's like things like this noun. So 家など, things like houses. And に, we use に because we are using the verb 入る to enter. に入る to go into something. So 家などに入る going into houses and the like. But we have 入る in the negative here, 入らない to not go into houses. And then we have ように following that. And ように is kind of like so that, whatever comes before it. So that these thieves or burglars do not go into houses and the like. Then we have what follows the yoni, which is what is going to happen or someone is going to do so that that doesn't happen. 警察, the police, が, so it's going to tell us what they're going to do or be. And they are going to 見て回る. So 見る to see, 回る to go around. So 見て回る, they're going to patrol. So in Kumamoto Prefecture, where they just had the earthquakes, the police are going to patrol the areas so that the thieves or burglars don't go into houses, etc. Here is our vocab from the article. We have 先月, last month, 盗む to steal, 被害 damage or harm, 警察官 a police officer, 来る to come, 時間 a time, 誰 who, 直す to fix or repair, 話 a story or talk, 住む to live, like to reside in a place to live. And 物 is an object or thing, like a thing you can touch most of the time. Then 怪しい, which is suspicious, and 嘘, a lie. We also have a small grammar point of the day, and that is going to be verb in the dictionary form ことがある, not to be confused with verb in the past tense ことがある. Slightly different here. So this is how we express occasional occurrence, something that happens sometimes. It's not the norm, but it may or sometimes does happen. So for example, 泥棒に物を盗まれることがあります. May happen that things are stolen by thieves. Or 週末は仕事をすることがあります. Sometimes I work on the weekends. So when it comes to weekends, I may work, or sometimes it happens. Or 電車が遅れることがあります. Trains sometimes are late, or the train may be late. Now that's not the norm, and that's kind of the point of this grammar.
先月、大きい地震があった熊本県で、警察が特別に見て回っています。警察によると、人が住んでいない家に泥棒が入って物を盗んだりする被害がおとといまでに8回ありました。このため九州から全部で100人ぐらいの警察官が熊本県に来て24時間見て回っています。八代市では警察官が誰も住んでいない家に行って泥棒などの 怪しい人がいないかチェックしていました。警察は壊れた家を直すときに嘘の話でたくさんお金を取られることがあるので気をつけるように言っています。
Okay, let's get right into it.
先月、大きい地震があった熊本県で警察が特別に見て回っています。
Okay, so 先月 last month 大きい地震 a large 大きい地震 earthquake が it's gonna do something or be something marking 大きい地震 as our subject あった this is the verb ある to have or to exist in the past tense so that was had or was exist or did exist sorry 熊本県 and when we have a verb right in front of a noun like that, that makes the verb and this whole statement modify the noun. So, Kumamoto Prefecture, which had a large earthquake last month. And then it's marked with de, telling us that's our location that we're talking about, where something's going to happen at this location. So, in Kumamoto-ken, where there was a large earthquake last month, keisatsu police got, they're going to do something as well as our subject. 特別に so 特別 means special, so it kind of means out of the ordinary, and when we use a ni after a na adjective, that's like a way we're going to do a verb. So 特別に in a special way or abnormally, which they don't normally do in this case. 見て回っています so we have 見る to look and 回る to go around, so 見て回る to patrol an area. And we're putting 見て回る in the te form followed by いる, which means they're currently doing it. And we put that in the mas form for politeness. So, in Kumamoto Prefecture, where there was a large earthquake last month, the police are patrolling, which they don't normally do.
警察によると、人が住んでいない家に泥棒が入って物を盗んだりする被害がおとといまでに8回ありました。
Okay, 警察 the police によると so によると is like according to what it attaches to, so 警察によると according to the police 人 people or person が this person's gonna do something as our subject 住んでいない this is our verb that the people are going to do, so 住む is to live 住んでいる that's that te form with the いる that means currently doing it, but then we're negating that as well, so 住んでいない the te いる form in the negative, that's where that ない comes from, so 人が住んでいない people are not living, and that is modifying 家 which is house, so homes where people are not living 人が住んでいない家にto these homes or in these homes 泥棒 thieves が our subject, so they're gonna do something 入って this is 入る to enter or to go in the te form, and in this case we're using the te form to say this and something else. So according to the police, thieves going into houses where people do not live, and then 物 is things, o this is our object, so it marks mono, tells us that they are going to do something to these things, and that verb is nusumu, to steal. And then we have nusumu in a form to use a grammar called tari tari suru. So with tari tari suru or tari suru kind of means like things like this for verbs. So mono nusundari suru is do things like steal stuff. And then that is all modifying 被害, which is damage or harm. Now this can be any type of emotional damage. In this case, it's property damage or property loss, right? But basically, this is modifying it. So, damage or loss where thieves are entering into homes where people are not currently living and stealing things. Ga, this kind of damage or harm or loss is 18日まで. So I believe she said ototoi, which is the day before yesterday. 18日 is the 18th day of the month. And までに is kind of like up to this point. So as of the 18th or up to the 18th, 8回ありました. So 8回 is 8 times. This kai is our counter for times. And then we have aru again, to exist. Or putting that in the past tense mas form. ありました. So this happened or existed 8 times. So according to the police, cases of loss or damage where thieves entered homes where people are not currently living and did things like steal stuff happened 8 times as of the 18th, or up to from when the earthquake happened until the 18th. So basically here where they're saying homes where people aren't living, this is people who have evacuated due to the earthquake.
このため九州から全部で100人ぐらいの警察官が熊本県に来て24時間見て回っています。
このため. So このため is like a therefore. 九州から. Kyushu is the Kyushu region. Kara, from the Kyushu region. Zenbu is all. If we have zenbu de, this is telling us like our state, but zenbu de can also, you can kind of think of it as like in total. So in total, 100人ぐらい. So 100人 is 100 people. ぐらい is around, so around 100 people. If we want to attach this to a noun to describe the noun, we use no, and the noun is 警察官, which is police officers. So a total of around 100 police officers. 全部で100人ぐらいの警察官 が, that marks them as our subject. They're going to do something. 熊本県, Kumamoto Prefecture に来て. So we use ni as a directional particle. We're going to this, or something is aiming in that direction. And we're using that because we have our verb kuru, to come to a place. And we're putting that kuru in the te form because we're not done with our sentence. So they came to Kumamoto Prefecture and 24時間. So 24時間, 24 hours. This is like 24 hours a day. 見て回っています. And 見て回っています again is patrolling in the currently doing stage, right? So they are patrolling for 24 hours. So therefore, due to all this loss that's happening, a total of 100 police officers came from Kyushu to Kumamoto, and they are patrolling 24 hours a day.
八代市では警察官が誰も住んでいない家に行って泥棒などの怪しい人がいないかチェックしていました。
Okay, 八代市. 八代市 is a name of a city. 八代市. So 八代 city. では in 八代 city, 警察官が the police officers が they're gonna do something. 誰も. So 誰も can mean anyone, no one, or everyone. Depends on what our verb or our thing coming after it, what form we see. So here we see the negative. So 誰も in a negative means no one. So 誰も住んでいない. Once again, we see 住む in the ている form, to live or reside. So 誰も住んでいない, no one is living. And then 家 is house, right? So houses where no one is currently living. We have に, so to these houses. 行く to go. That's in the te form, going to 行って. So these police officers are going to these homes where no one is living currently. And 泥棒などの, so 泥棒, thieves などの, if we use などの to connect to another noun, we're saying like this kind of thing, such as this kind of thing. So we have 怪しい人 is suspicious. 怪しい suspicious. 人 people or person. So 泥棒などの怪しい人 would be suspicious individuals like thieves. が these suspicious people like thieves are going to do something. That verb is いる to exist or to be in a place. And that is in the negative. So suspicious people, whether they exist, and this ka makes it a question. So we don't know whether these people exist. And then we are going to do a verb to that question. And this is チェックする. So there are fancy words to say this in Japanese, but this is a very common way to say it as well. チェックする is to check on something. So チェックする, and then we're putting that in the te form, followed by いる again, to say for a period of time this was being done. チェックしていました. So チェックしています would mean currently checking. チェックしていました were checking. So altogether in Yatsushiro City, the police officers were going to homes where no one was living and checking whether or not there were suspicious individuals such as thieves.
警察は壊れた家を直すときに嘘の話でたくさんお金を取られることがあるので気をつけるように言っています。
Okay, we have 警察は. Now, with wa here, so 警察 being the police, this wa here can be tricky because sometimes this wa, the police here, it doesn't connect to anything in the sentence until near the very end. So we kind of just have to, when we see a wa and something in front of the wa, sometimes we can just set it aside and like, all right, this is going to connect to something way later, but we have some smaller topics to cover. So the police, we'll see what they're going to do or be or whatever later. 壊れた家. So 壊れた is 壊れる to break or to be in disrepair. In the past tense, 壊れた家. So how homes that are broken or in disrepair. Or we're going to have a verb does something to this house. That verb is 直す to fix or repair. So repair a broken house or a house in disrepair. That's connected to 時に, which means when repairing a house that is broken. 嘘. So 嘘 is a lie. 嘘の話. 嘘の話 can also just be like a lie that someone tells you. And then で by means of a lie. たくさん a lot. たくさんお金 a lot of money. Or once again, we're going to have a verb that does something to this money. And that verb is 取る to take. So we're putting this 取る in the passive form. And in Japanese, that has the nuance of giving a feeling of being a victim. So お金を取られる would be your money is taken and you're the victim of that crime, right? Then we have our grammar of the day, ことがある. So this may happen or this sometimes happens. So when trying to repair your damaged house, people may lie to you and try to take lots of your money. Then this ので says, therefore, 気をつける. So 気をつける is to watch out or to be careful. So be careful because when repairing your house, people may lie to you and take lots of your money. Now, this is where we finally get back to our 警察は. So the police, they are going to do something at the very end here, which is ように言っています. So when we have ように, and then after ように, the verb 言う to tell or to say, this means you're giving advice. Sometimes this can be people in authority or even just your friends or something like that. So then we have 言う in the ている form, saying that they are currently saying this. So this is advice they're giving out and they're not done saying it. Like this is something that you should follow. So the police are saying that you should be careful because when repairing your home, people may lie to you and take lots of your money. So yeah, with how big that earthquake is, it's gonna be a while for a lot of the repairs to be done. hopefully those who are evacuated can get back to their homes and get repaired and everything as quick as possible. But that will be it for our article today. Thank you so much for joining me today. 本当にありがとうございました。If you have not yet, please like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated, and I will plan on seeing you in the next video or stream. またね。